guys, welcome back. It is Saturday. It's actually Saturday afternoon. It's about 3 o'clock. We took our time getting up this morning. We had Dylan's soccer game today. We also registered him for baseball. My husband's going to be coaching, so that's exciting. We kind of took our time getting up in the morning because, yet again, we are still recovering from being sick. Julia is getting much better, but she still has a cold and she's sleeping through the night now, which is a big improvement. I think it helps her a lot because she's able to recover a little bit faster. And Blake on Thursday night woke up throwing up. So he had the stomach bug Thursday night, and into Friday he wasn't actually getting sick anymore, but he slept for the better part of Friday. So this morning we all just kind of slept in, took our time getting up, and then went off to Dylan's soccer game, which was awesome. I love watching him play. He's doing so good and it's so exciting. So we did that. We also registered him for baseball, so that's all taken care of, and my husband's coaching again this year, so that's exciting. And yeah, I am just tackling a bunch of laundry today. So yesterday, Friday, I felt like I really needed to do a really deep clean of my house. Just get the germs out. So I just took a big bucket of hot soapy water and a rag, and I just literally went around washing everything. I washed the walls, I washed the floors, I washed my furniture. I mean, you name it, it got washed. My cabinets, everything. And I also did a ton of laundry, so I just washed and dried all of our laundry, all of our clothes, our bedding, our coats even, everything. I just needed to get it clean. So I did that, and I didn't worry about folding yesterday because I knew I wasn't going to have a lot of time with all the other tasks that I was doing. So today I am focusing on folding this afternoon. That's what we've been doing. My husband's alarm is going off, but he never wakes up to that, so I'll have to go wake him up in a minute. So Julia and I were watching a video on YouTube together. The boys are playing a game right now, and I just had, in the living room here, I just dumped all of our laundry onto the floor and just tackled it. It's just, when it gets to be that much laundry that I have to fold, I find just putting it in a huge pile just helps me get through it faster. So I'm still working on folding laundry. And my Scentsy consultant just came over with some products for me to test out. So on Samantha from Happily a Housewife and I have a Facebook group called Happy Housewives, and on that group I asked about laundry products because yesterday, with all the laundry that I was doing, it sort of got me thinking about laundry and different products that people use and that sort of thing. And I've been really into like scent enhancers lately, like the Unstoppables. I don't actually use the Unstoppable brand. I use a different brand, just like a knockoff brand. But anyways, I've been really using those a lot. And so I wanted to know what people were using as far as products that they like. And I got a lot of feedback, and Mandy from Sweetly Home, I love her channel. I love her YouTube channel. I'll try to link it below if I can remember. She's just like so sweet and she is so inspiring. I just love her. But she's a Scentsy consultant in Canada, I believe, and she said that she uses a lot of Scentsy laundry products. I love Scentsy. I absolutely love Scentsy. I have my Scentsy burner over here, which is always going. I also have a Scentsy burner in my bathroom, and I just love Scentsy. So I didn't know that they even had laundry products, which is crazy. But so I just contacted my Scentsy representative today and asked her if they still sold it, first of all, and if she did have any samples for me to try out. So she just came over and brought me, these are the washer whiffs, so basically like the Unstoppables, like the scent enhancers. And this is in the Zen Garden scent, which smells amazing. And then she brought me over this laundry liquid and Luna, which again smells amazing. I just cracked it open to smell it. And then this is a clothing conditioner, so kind of like a downy type thing, again in the Luna. And then she brought me over the last bit of her laundry liquid in the Zen Garden. She's so sweet. I love her. And for me to try this out also because she knows I do a lot of laundry. And then I have in my dryer right now, because I did have a load that needed to be dried, she brought me over one of the dryer discs So it basically just helps to like layer the scent. So I'm really excited to try that, and I'm gonna put in an order. I'm gonna try this I think first, and then probably put in an order with her. But thank you, Mandy, for suggesting that, because I really didn't. I love Scentsy, and I think it's kind of neat that you can get some of your favorite scents as laundry products also. So that's cool. I have over here my little Scentsy drawer that I keep a lot of my Scentsys in. I also get, just from Walmart, the Better Home and Gardens have some really nice scents that I like too. And then these are my Scentsys that I have. Right now, a lot of them are like fall and winter scents, so I want to stock up on some of the summer scents, and they have a few new scents that just came out, and she brings over these little samples for me to try. So yeah, I'm going to try those out and see what I think. My laundry is folded and sorted into bins. I need to get some more of these. These are from the Dollar Tree, and I've had them for a while, like over a year. And they're really showing signs of wear. So I think I'm going to pick up some of those possibly tomorrow, depending on how everyone's feeling. We might go to the Dollar Tree tomorrow and pick some of those up. And this is that Layers, the Scentsy dryer disc, I think that it's called. And so you put it in the dryer, and it basically just helps sort of layer the scent onto your clothing. So we'll see. It smells really good. It's Zen Garden scent, so it does smell really good. And I'm going to see how much I can sort of smell it on the clothes, and that will determine whether or not I think I want to give it a try. Julia's doing Mommy's hair.
No. Yeah.
Okay, so our stuffed shells are done. I just make them with cheese-filled stuffed shells, and now I'm just waiting on the garlic bread, which is in the oven now, and then we're gonna have dinner. Good morning, guys. It is Sunday morning now. It's a little after 9, and we are up and moving. Blake and Julia just had their breakfast, and poor Dylan is the next victim for the stomach bug. That's one thing about having a family, that when one person gets sick, you're kind of like waiting for the next shoe to drop. So I knew once Blake was sick, it wasn't just most likely going to end with Blake. And despite all of my efforts and cleaning and all of that, it just happened. So he woke up around 4:30 getting sick. It is a little after 9 now, and he's actually asking for breakfast. So thankfully, knock on wood, it seems to be a pretty short-lived bug. So hopefully he can get some rest today and start feeling better. I think he already is starting to feel better if he's asking to eat. But anyways, I am going to do some more cleaning today, more disinfecting, and laundry and that sort of thing. And then I also want to get ready for the week as far as daycare is concerned. Next week we're doing a Dr. Seuss theme because March 2nd is Dr. Seuss's birthday. So I want to change out our toy shelf in the living room, get the playroom all set up, and I also want to do some planning. So I have like all my planner stuff out at the table, and I want to finish my meal planning for the month and just a few other things that I want to finish planning for March. So that way I can go into the next month feeling prepared and ready. And that's my favorite thing about planning, is that I am definitely a functional planner. I like to use stickers and that sort of thing, but I really like the overall function of planning. I just feel like a weight is lifted off my shoulders in a way when I have things planned ahead of time. And especially when you're working with kids, or if you're a parent to small children, it just makes life so much easier when you have things planned out ahead of time. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. And yeah, I'm going to start in the kitchen. I have some dishes left in the sink that needs to just be cleaned, and I also need to unload the dishwasher. I've already cleaned our bedroom, the boys' bedroom, as much as I can. I'm going to wait until this afternoon, until Dylan's like up and moving around and feeling a little bit better, to do all of his bedding again and really get in there and do a good disinfecting. I did the bathroom, even though I'm going to have to go in there about several times today probably to really clean that up, but I just wanted to give it a good wipe down after last night, so I did that. And I just did overall little general tidying up, and now I'm going to focus on the kitchen, getting that clean, probably quickly do the surfaces, and then maybe the floors even, and then sit down and do some planning. I also need to tackle my schoolwork today. I really want to spend a good chunk of time doing schoolwork since we're going to be home anyways because Dylan's not feeling good. I'm just going to get a lot of that done, and yeah, just kind of have a laid back day. I mean, I think we're all just beat from the past couple of weeks not feeling good, and just, yeah. So I think that we are just going to have a pretty laid back day, getting some housework and just things done around here. And yeah, so I'll take you along and show you my progress. Okay, so it is a little bit later now. I have the dishes are done in the sink, other than my husband's coffee mug, which he takes care of that. I have wiped down all of the surfaces. I swept, mopped, and vacuumed the floors. I did switch out my curtains again last week. I have the hardest time deciding on curtains, but I really like the ones that I have up right now. So these, they look really dark right here, but they are a dark gray, but I really like it. And then it matches this sort of underlining curtain here, and then I just love that lattice pattern on those curtains, which again is kind of like a lighter gray, and I just like the contrast of the lighter gray with the darker gray, so I think I'll keep those for now. I have not gone through my toy shelf yet. That still needs to be done, but I'm going to do that after when my daughter is napping, because it's just easier doing the toy rotation when she's napping. So I'm going to do that at nap time. So right now I'm going to put dinner in the crock pot. Dylan is feeling much better, by the way. He's in his room like running around playing, so that's good. And my boys are like, they're so cute. They're like best friends. So I knew I wasn't going to really be able to keep them separate today. And Blake has already had this, so I'm assuming it's okay for them to kind of play. I don't know. From everything that I've read and heard, like, I'm pretty sure once you get it, it's kind of hard to contract it again, especially like so soon. So they've just been playing in their room, and I'm gonna get in there afterwards and really clean it. But yeah, we're gonna have lunch in a little bit. I have somebody coming. My husband's selling a car, and it's nothing like fancy. It's just like an older car that we had, and he's going to be selling that. So we have somebody interested who's going to be stopping by in a little bit. So we're going to be showing the car. My husband's still sleeping because he worked last night. So right now I think I'm going to put dinner in the crock pot. My parents are not coming over for Sunday dinner because I told them to stay away from the germ house for now. And so we are just going to eat here tonight, just the 5 of us. And I think I'm going to do a beef stew, so I'm going to put that in the crock pot, just have it be done for dinner time, just in case somebody else comes down with the sickness. I won't have to worry about making dinner. It will already be done. Yes, I think I'm going to put dinner in the crock pot. I think we're going to do beef stew tonight, or we are going to do beef stew tonight. I believe I have that recipe on my crock pot cooking playlist. It's just tried and true. Again, I just love that recipe. Our whole family enjoys it. So I figure I'll do that tonight for dinner. And then I'm going to I have pretty much all of my meal planning done for next month. I did purchase a new meal planner. So as far as my like actual everyday planner, I have found Planner Piece this year with my Plum Paper Family Planner. I use that on a daily basis. I absolutely love it, and I'll show you a little bit more once I get into like my planning, how I am setting up the months and all of that. But yeah, so I'm loving that. And I ordered a meal planner add-on and had it added onto a Plum Paper notebook, which I like it, but at the same time, I feel like there's just a few things that I would change. And I'll talk about that again a little bit more once I get into my actual meal planner. It's just easier for me to show you guys instead of like talking about it. But anyways, I did order one of the Carrie L meal planners, which I'm sure you've seen on here on YouTube. A lot of people have been talking about them. And I just think that overall, the planner will work better for me. It still has a lot of the elements that the Plum Paper meal planner add-on has, but I don't know. I think if I had it added on to my planner and not as a separate notebook, I just think that the notebook as a whole isn't really working out for me. I don't really have a use for the notebook pages right now, and I wish that there were like, I need something more for my grocery lists, if that makes sense. So that's why I decided to switch to the Carry-Out. I just think overall it might work a little bit better for me, so I did order that today. And I also ordered my laundry stuff for my Scentsy girl, so I'm excited about that. And I figure, you know, I've been working hard this past week with everybody being sick, and my cleaning has like doubled, and I wanted to treat myself a little bit. Sometimes it's nice to treat yourself. So I did. Today I bought that new meal planner, and I bought some Scentsy stuff for myself. So yeah, I'm going to get lunch ready for the kids and dinner in the crock pot. And enough talking. I'm like wasting time just chatting here. For lunch for the kids, I am making ball soup. And this is something that my aunt used to make for my sister and I all the time. And it is one of my favorites. It's like the easiest soup ever to make. But I just love it. So what it is ancini di pepe pasta and beef bouillon cubes, and you can also add like parsley and then Parmesan cheese on top, and it is so good. It's so like the most easy soup ever to make, but it's just really good. So I figure Dylan's not feeling the best, so we'll just make some soup, huh, Julia? Yeah. So we're gonna make this and have some lunch. All right, so dinner is in the crock pot. I'm gonna let that cook on high for about 4 to 5 hours. And I did use one of these slow cooker liners. It just makes cleanup like a million times easier. I don't use them all the time. I usually use them when I'm making like a soup or stew or chili, something that's going to be like exceptionally messy. The kids are playing. It just makes the cleanup a lot easier. So I figure tonight, well, we're all kind of tired and not 100%. This will be easy for a quick cleanup. So that's all set. We're going to eat our lunch now and get ready for quiet time. These little mats and are gonna rest and watch a movie out here. And they're done with lunch. So I'm gonna go ahead and strip Dylan's bed and wash all of his blankets and pillows and all of that stuff. And we're gonna start the laundry now. Alright guys, so I have most of the month of March planned out. So I use this page just as sort of like a general overview of goals that I want to reach and important things that I need to get done. These are the 2 goals that I want to sort of focus on, a health goal and a finance goal. And then I got this sticker, I can't remember the shop, but it just kind of covers up one of those circles. And then these 2 sections, this one's for birthdays for the month, and this one is for events. So any major events or things like that, I just list there. This is where I just put a little house sticker there, and these are like house and family tasks that I want to accomplish for the month of March. These are my daycare tasks that I need to get done for March and my YouTube tasks that I want to get done for March. This to-do section is sort of where I plan out more of the major areas that I need to do a little bit more planning in. For example, I planned out our Dr. Seuss week here. Julia's birthday's in March, so I planned that out here. The kids are going crazy in the other room, so I apologize if you hear screaming. St. Patrick's Day, I haven't really planned that out, but that's here. Easter here. Then on the back is more just sort of like home and family tasks. So a spring and summer clothing list for the kids. I want to... The kids are just running around like crazy. It's kind of funny because I'm at the stage right now where when they were younger, I would have to like be right there and play with them. And now they just kind of go off and do their own thing. So it's kind of like a weird adjustment period that I'm in right now. It's like I feel like I should still be entertaining them, but at the same time they're just sort of off doing their own thing. So I don't know, it's just kind of a weird feeling. Anyways, also when Daddy wakes up, that's like their time to go crazy because they are so good during the day and, you know, stay pretty calm and respectful, not to wake him. So once he's awake, it's like they go crazy. So anyways, this back side, it's again just sort of like a to-do list. So I just write like what it is that I need to plan out in more detail. So I want to go through the kids' closets this month, and I have like listed out, you know, Dylan's bottoms, shirts, shoes, PJs that he needs for spring and summer. Blake's bottom, shirts, shoes, and PJs that he needs, and then Julia's. So that way I can list down, like, you know, what they need of each of those categories. So that way when I go shopping, I have this list to refer to. We need to reorganize our basement, the storage side of the basement a little bit. So I just want to start getting ideas of how I want to go about that and list that out. Also, every season we try to reorganize our garage a little bit. And by the end of the winter, our garage is like a mess. So we need to sort of, we have it organized in some sense, but we don't have a lot of organizational systems in place yet in our garage. So now that we know we're staying here a little bit longer than we had originally thought, I think it's time to invest in some good organizational systems, just so that way we don't necessarily have to keep reorganizing it as often as we do. So I want to list out ideas here for that. And then March is when I start thinking about cleaning up the yard for the spring and summer. So again, just listing out ideas here for that. And then over here, I just have all of our bills listed and the amount, and then I write down the due date, and once they're paid, I just check it off over here. The back side is where I keep track of all of my daycare payments. So I write down who it is that is paying me, the date that they paid me, and how much, and any notes if needed, like if somebody's paying me for 2 weeks, or if they still owe money, I can write the notes down here, and then I just check it off once it's cleared in my bank account. And then over here, so every Plum Paper Planner has a notes page at the beginning and end of the month, and I was having a little bit of a hard time sort of figuring out what I wanted to use that for. So I think I'm going to try using the page at the beginning of the month for a bucket list. So getting ideas, so that way, like on the weekends, sometimes when we have free time, I'm like, I don't know what to do, and I plan so much during the week for daycare activities that sometimes during the weekend I'm a little like burnt out. So I just want to have like a bucket list to sort of refer to, so that way we can do fun things on the weekends and stay active during the weekends also. So I have a bucket list for the kids, for my husband and I, and just for me. So that way I can, again, just refer to this and try to, you know, just put down different ideas. So that way I'm not wasting time thinking of them. I already have sort of pre-planned game plan for ideas. And then my month is all laid out. I haven't decorated it yet, but I just sort of listed out all the events. Those go in pink. All of our birthdays are in purple. Budget is in green, and yeah, so that's listed out. And then I put all of my needs, so things that I need to budget for in the month I put here, and things that extras that I want I put here. So once our savings goal has met, then I can start buying off of my want list. And then we just go into the weekly section here, and then at the end of the month, I'll show you February's because I haven't done it for March yet. I'm going to start using the last note page of each month as sort of a monthly, end of month checklist. So I can list out things that I want to accomplish by the end of the month and just go through and check those off. Things like decluttering and purging. I do that at the end of every single month. I declutter and purge. I try to do every room. And if I just keep up with it every month, then it's not as bad. I've been meal planning for the month as a whole, and that actually has been working out, so I want to continue doing that. I want to try to clean carpets if needed, which this month it is, so that's why I wrote it down. Disinfect all the toys, I do that monthly. Toy rotation, I try to do that monthly. Plan daycare activities, newsletter for my daycare. Submit attendance, submit yours for children, that's my meal program. Plan YouTube videos for the following month. Bucket list for the following month, plan the following month in my planner and in family calendar, which is on our command center here, and then budget for the following month. So those are like my February checklists. Hey Blake, that's enough, okay? You don't need to yell, please. No yelling, okay? Gosh. So that's sort of like how I'm going to use the back page. So that way I know by the end of the month, these are tasks that I want to have accomplished, and then I start fresh in a new month. So like I keep saying, absolutely love my planner. So that's sort of how I planned out and then I did go ahead and plan out all of my daycare activities for the month of March. So I just write those down in this daycare section, and I just went ahead and planned out all of those activities. So that's all done. And then I also planned out all of my YouTube videos for the month. So that's done. And then on to meal planning. So this is a meal planner that I have been using for the past few months, and I don't know, it's just not really working. I feel like I'm trying to make it work more than it actually is. So again, I've been using like these sheets, which I don't love. There is a grocery shopping list and then this week's meals, and I kind of had it stuck in here and it just keeps falling out. That's not really working. The meal plan section, I actually do like this. So it has like Sunday across, you know, each week for week 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I like it, but I kind of think that it would be easier for me to meal plan for the month if I had like a monthly glance. So like for instance, you know, a calendar, like a monthly calendar like this. I don't know, I think it would just be easier for me to, in my brain, sort of process it if it was laid out like this and I can just write in the meals per day like that rather than this layout. I don't know, it's just a little confusing to be like this. So this is actually this was for January, this one's for February, and I did start on March. So I have the first, second, and third week and part of the fourth week. So I still have just a few meals that I want to look up and try new recipes and that sort of thing. So I'm pretty much done with meal planning for the week, or for the month of March. But like I said, I do have a new meal planner coming to me, and I think that that overall layout will work a little bit better. It has a monthly overview like this. It has the grocery lists built in. It has a few like other elements, because right now I'm not even like using these note pages. I don't know, it's not really working for me. I think that if the meal planning section was in my planner, I think I would actually be okay with it, because I do use this section and I do use these 4 boxes not as like grocery lists, but I do breakfast, lunch, and snack ideas on this one, Dean snacks for this one because he takes snacks to work. I list down the meat that I need for the month, so that way when it goes on sale I can stock up, and then I list down sales. So I do like this aspect of it. I wish this was a calendar, and I wish I had built-in grocery lists. And so the other meal planner that I purchased and that's coming to me does have all of those elements that I wish this one did. So I think it will work a little bit better for me. But anyways, I'm really happy with the progress that I made. As far as planning goes, I feel much more prepared for the month of March. And now I have Dylan's bedding is in the dryer, and I am going to just put away the kids' clothes now, and probably mine. And then just make the egg noodles to go along with the beef stew, and then we'll have dinner. Alright guys, so the house is all cleaned up now. The kids are in bed. I have a few dishes still left in the sink that I'll just save until tomorrow because I'm exhausted and want to go to bed. I still have some schoolwork that I need to do, so I'm just going to take the computer into my bed and do some schoolwork. And I'll show you really quick what I did with the toy shelf. I just switched this out. It's dark in here right now, but so I have some Dr. Seuss books up on the top shelf, The Cat in the Hat, Green Eggs and Ham, One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish, and Go Dog Go, and then some little Dr. Seuss characters here, and then I just switched out some of the toys in the bins underneath. So it's all set for our Dr. Seuss week. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I know the past couple weekends have been a little boring because we've been at home with all the sickness and everything going around. But I am determined to get everybody healthy and back on our feet for next weekend so we can go out and do some fun things. Not that it was a bad weekend. I mean, considering everyone wasn't feeling good, we still made the best of it. And Yeah, so I'm going to head to bed now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.